Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is my first video and it means that our start of our journey for developing the good app, good website, good apps and everything we need to know. Okay, for the introduction, I'm Nimo Ferdowsi. I'm 7 years old and I have 3 years of experience in front end and a half a year in back end. So I'm gonna share some of the things that I'm learned here in this channel. First, we're gonna learn JavaScript, and after that, our JavaScript fundamentals are done. Actually, and our requirements is a few knowledge of HTML and CSS. We don't need everything. Okay, I'm just telling that after we learning JavaScript, we are gonna learn. Now we are gonna create a project like the games and like websites. Our websites is, for example, is shopping projects and movie projects and other projects that fit full template. We are gonna create it with a full template from the beginning to the ending of that. And before we go into those, I'm gonna teach you HTML and CSS. But then don't worry, after JavaScript, we are gonna learn those two completely. And Bootstrap too, we are gonna learn Bootstrap too. Okay, here we in JavaScript we are gonna learn everything in fundamentals, variables, string, dates, and in the professional we're gonna learn prototypes, classes. And everything you guys need to know. And let's go and see what we are gonna learn today. In the first video, we are gonna learn variables. Actually, I think the variables is the most fundamental and the beginning of each languages in programming world. So, first thing you're gonna need to know is how to link our file to our HTML. We are gonna put our link of our JavaScript in ending of the body because we want to have full of our HTML site to get loaded, and after that our JavaScript start loading. Because of that, we're gonna use a script tag, then src means the link of our JavaScript index.js. So we are going to that, and our best guidebook is console of our browser. Our console is our best guide because the editor is not gonna show our errors. It's gonna show us, but for example what's our big errors like the syntax error, then actually it's very obvious. But in console of the browsers, it's gonna show our every errors. Then we don't gonna have any problem that in a bunch of codes. What is our error? So we are gonna see it in console. Look, for example, the good things that happen, we have an error here. It said unexpected token. Okay, what's the problem is in HTML line 12. Let's see what we have. Error. Actually, we didn't have any problem. Okay, the first thing I need to know for showing a text in our console, see, it means that C is not defined. What is C? Okay, for showing the text in console, we use console.log. For example, I'm going to have, for example, hi guys. It's going to show you. See, console.log is the function that I'm going to teach you what function is. The function that get a parameter, and the parameter is hi guys, and it's gonna show in hi guys. Okay, the next thing we are gonna learn is variables. Actually, the first thing we are gonna learn that variables is contained with three items: const and let and var. Yeah, those two. Sorry, I just have a bad writing. Okay, those three. Okay, I'm gonna tell you what's the difference between all the three. The first thing we have is const. The const is the variable that we use for items. Actually, first I need to tell you the definition of variables. The variable is imagine the box that fill with some items. Okay, the const and var is our boxes, and the items are the items of the box. Okay, const. I was telling that const is a box that only have the one item forever. It's not gonna change in future. For example, p number of the circles it's 3.40. It's not gonna change. Or your name or your family name, it's not gonna change. We use const. But the age that it's gonna change in future. For example, next year your age is gonna change. For that we use let and var. But let and var have another let and var are the same, but with a little differences. First we are going to say const, and the name of this box and name of this variable is name. And my name is, as you know, Nima. The strings are always in quotation, and we are gonna reach to the datas. In the datas we have number, boolean, strings, and objects and dates. We are gonna reach to those, and I'm gonna tell what are they. But in the first, I'm gonna teach you what variables is. So we have variables. For calling the variables, we only need to write console.log and call the name of the box. We don't need to write const name. We only need to write name, and we see Nima. And if you want to know and prove that the const is not gonna change in future, we're gonna write name and see it can't change. Uncut type error assignment to constant variable. It's not gonna change, as I told you. But if I put this let, you see, it can change even in var. So we learned that const and let can change, are changeable. Oh, I'm sorry, const is not changeable and let and var is changeable. But what's the difference between let and var? Okay, we find out that const is not gonna change forever. It's only the number, only the same item that it was from the first place. But the let and var have a little differences in the scoping, in the some other things. But the first thing that you see, we can define another variable again and again and again and again. You see, we can define another name, and the last name it's gonna be our main name. But I'm gonna change those to let. See, it said identifier name has already been declared. In the let, we can't define the variable with the same name again. It only can define only with one time. Actually, that's one of the differences. And the second difference in the scoping, like for example, we have let age, like 28 years old, and I don't know, I need to tell you guys too. Okay, I'm gonna use if and else if here, but I'm gonna told you what if is. If is for example for conditions. I'm gonna tell you this in future. For example, I'm going to say if age equal. If you use equal, it means both amount of this, both value of the age and the date type of that. You see, 28, for example, alert something. Okay, you see, age is 28 and it's gonna alert something. But if I do this, yeah, it's 28, but it's not the type. It's a string 28, it's a number 28. But if I do this with one equal, you see, it's 28. It doesn't care what the data type is. It's only look at the number of that. So any of this, so it's gonna alert. Then we are call another let here, and its name with something, and no, CLG name. See, I have this means the block scope, but if I use var here, I think you guys understand what I mean right now. That's the problem. But I don't want you guys to get confused. Only know that use let for let and const, because it's more legit. And the rule is between all JavaScript developers. They use let and var. So, okay, for the closure until const, I'm gonna say here const only. Okay, only use one time let and var can use multiple times, but let only declare one time, but var can declare with same name as many as it wants. I hope you guys understand what variable is. I tried as much as I could, and I hope you understand what the difference between const, let, and var. Let can only declare once time with one name, but var can declare much time that he wants. It wants. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and next video I'm going to talk about the strings, and next one I'm going to talk about numbers, booleans, dates, and further to objects and classes. Have a good night, guys. Have a good day. Enjoy, and goodbye.